Yo, what's good, y'all? Scotty 2 Shotty here. In today's video, we're talking about Battlefield 6, and we are talking about movement. I know, I said movement. I said Battlefield 6 in the same sentence. I must have lost my mind, and all the Warzone and all the Apex dudes are sitting here laughing at me, point the finger. And all the Milsim and like PUBG guys are going, movement? What the hell is that? All I know is just holding angles, ADS and crouch walking. But the truth is, there is a middle ground. You can use movement in Battlefield, and I'm going to show you how. We're going to talk about it, so let's lock the frickin'. You already know what time it is. Lock the fucking.
Heard they talking shit about who will win and why. I'm alive, just took one to revive.
Alright, the first, what we'll try and do is work from most common and I guess basic to more complex, having to chain multiple inputs or movements together, and sort of like levels of difficulty, and then I'll show you a couple little ingredients to the secret sauce here, so stay tuned all the way to the end. This is a game of bullets and milliseconds, so any little advantage you can get is going to help you. Alright, so the first thing we're going to talk about is strafing, and if you don't know what strafing is, you must have been living under a rock or not playing a first-person shooter, but strafing is vital in any first-person shooter, and all strafing is moving back and forth, right? And how do you want to strafe? Now, it's not just about how fast you do it, because if I go freaking pleasing the lady mode, excuse me for hitting down, I'm not even moving. I'm going so fast that it's not even moving, right? So you kind of want to find a rhythm where you're going to be causing as much of a differentiation of where you were according to what the enemy sees. So if he thinks I'm here and if he thinks I'm going to be here and I'm here, that's a good thing. He's going to be missing shots while I'm hitting shots. That brings you to our next point. The most important thing with movement is the key to movement not being junk movement is if you can still hit your shots while you're doing it. So don't do anything that is causing you to miss is just junk movement, and we don't want that. But there's a lot you can do that is very valid and valuable, and strafing is one of the most basic things you can do, especially in close quarter engagements, to cause your enemy to miss a little bit. So how do I want to do it? I want to try and find a nice rhythm, and a lot of times what I do is if I start in one direction, like start to the left, I'll kind of swing left, tap right, and then go back hard left again. Same thing, the right, hard right, back, and then hard right. You'll start to feel this out kind of when you're in a gunfight where the enemy's momentum is going, where he anticipates you to be. But I like to warm up and just try a little bit of strafe. So I went right, left, right, or left, right, left. Here I'm going to go right, right, left, right. Very simple. I'm just going up, just trying to swing and really get control of that. So you always want to be strafing in gunfights. ABS, baby. Always be strafing, girl. It's gonna cause you to win more gunfights. Little strafey. You can also use strafing in two other instances. Whenever you're just idle, you're looking around in a position, you're on a rooftop especially, you want to be constantly strafing, making yourself unpredictable, hard to hit, right? Moving front to back. You want to be strafing constantly. ABS, always be strafing. Second way you want to use it all the time is shoulder peeking. Now a shoulder peek is just showing, I guess, just your shoulder technically to the enemy, and you're doing that to just grab intel, to see what's there, to possibly anticipate a shot. And you're doing it so that the least amount of your body is exposed as possible, and you're able to see and kind of control the gunfight. So you can kind of practice it. Look something like this. I'll try and get like little bursts, barely getting out, and then I'll work on just going for the full just jump it, like if you were just jumping on target. So I'll peek once for intel, and then boom, finish them off and get right back in cover. So we're here, we're peeking for intel, get back in cover. So real simple. That's how you want to shoulder peek. Again, from this side, peeking, there he is, back in cover. Very simple, straightforward. Again, kind of a combo off of the strafe, which is our most basic move. Next thing we're going to talk about is the drop shot. Now, this is one of them that I don't recommend very often in this game, very niche situations. It's been able to work for me. Usually if you're like very close quarters with the enemy and you both surprise each other, it seems to work. But the reason for it is because there's a delay in this game. So if I start shooting and then I hit lay down, you see that there's that it makes me stop shooting. That's not me. I'm holding the trigger all the way through. And so that's going to cause you to lose gunfights. Same thing if I'm running at the enemy. See, started shooting and it made me stop. So you don't want to use drop shot all that often. Obviously being prone is nice because you have less recoil. So if you're already prone for some of your long distance engagements or to be less visible, it's great. But I wouldn't be drop shotting too much in this game. But there is rare instances where you catch somebody off guard and you can kind of just feel that he's going to aim high, that he's already aiming high, and you kind of just, oh shit, drop shot and then take him out. All right, that brings me to my next bit of movement that I wouldn't use all the time in this game, and I'll talk about how you can use it, is the bunny hop. Now there's a decent bunny hop. You do start to get a penalty, you can see that. So there's not multiple, bunny hopping, you maybe get 1 or 2 out. But the problem with the bunny hop is this. Look at my crosshair. So there's a whole bunch of bob. And even if I try and... I'm going to do my best to hold it on. So you see how I was able to hold it on at first, and then it just does that huge dip right there. You can't counteract that. It almost ignores your input at that moment. So the way that I use the bunny hop in this game is at the end of gunfight. So if your last 3 or 4 bullets that you're going to land. So let's say I slide chow this. And then I bunny hop out. So if I try and do it too early, it's harder to show on these multiplayer targets because the TTK is so low. But if I try and do it too early, you can see how it can cause me. I kind of sold right there, to be honest. Anyway, just take my word for it. When you're in red sec and they got the longer TTK, if you use that bunny hop too early, it's going to get you in trouble. If you use it at the end of your gunfights, it can be the difference between the enemy, if he's already landing headshots, now he's just landing body shots, or even better, if he's trap and he's shooting your legs, now you jumped, he's missing. Those 3 or 4 bullets that would have hit you aren't hitting you as you're landing your own shots and taking him the fuck back to the lobby and looking real good doing it. So that's the bunny hop. Very niche situation. Use it in close quarters, obviously, and use it to finish your gunfight, last few bullets to get the knock. All right, next thing we're going to talk about is one of my favorites, and you need to be using this all the time, is snaking. And what is snaking? It is taking advantage of a heady, and we'll talk about what a heady is. So a heady first is a head glitch, and all that is you're taking a position on the map where, let's say, basically only your head is showing to the enemy. You can still see. In most cases, you can still shoot. That's technically what makes a head glitch, is because you're able to still do damage, and technically sometimes not even your gun is showing. But the whole point is that's really good cover because they only have your head to shoot, and you can still have a full sight line and do tons of damage yourself. And if you're on a heady, like a staircase, you can just back up and come off the heady, or you can snake, what we're going to talk about, which is going prone and then going back up. And you can do this offensively and defensively. So I'll constantly be snaking for intel. You can see what's coming. Oh, you see a guy left. Boom, pounce on him and get out of there. Snake for more info. See another guy. There he is. Don't pop up. Put him down. Right? Another way you want to use it is like offensively and then to be defensive, if that makes sense. So let's say I'm already holding an angle here, right? Okay, there's nobody, I'm ready, or I know people are coming. And all of a sudden I see a guy left, snap on him, put him down, and now get out. So it's another way, just like our shoulder peek, to get ourselves out of damage and control the situation. So again, now we're out, look for more, see more. Now we pop on it. My game's glitching out a little bit right there. Sorry about that, guys. And one tip with the snaking is you never want to pop out of the same position twice if you can. So when I'm doing it, I like to constantly be kind of left to right. Now I pop out here. 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 That way they're not just able to hold an angle ADS on you and land shots on you. It's going to take that little bit. It's all milliseconds. This is a game of bullets and milliseconds. So any little advantage you can get, it's going to help you. So that's snaking. Definitely use that on your heddles, and you're going to win more gunfights. I like to use it while I'm reloading, right? So I'm reloading. I'm peeking, see what I have next. See if a guy's pushing me. Oh, they're pushing. you know, close quarters, whatever it is. So that's your snake technique right there. Real useful, real valuable. Get used to kind of swinging back and forth with it. You can combo it into the next thing I'm going to talk about, which is the slide chow, my personal favorite and yours and my boy Zombie Christ's favorite. So let's talk about this. Slide chow is extremely useful, and why do I like it? Because if I was going to come around a corner, let's say it's this corner right here, and I wanted to shoot this target, you have a different speed running, a lot faster straightforward than you do strafing, very slow. So if I want to shoot this target and I want to come with speed here and be hard to hit myself, a faster moving target, then I would have to sprint in this way, turn my body, and I'm losing all this momentum now because now I'm strafing, right? And now I hit my shot. Whereas if I slide, what happens is I've already established a sprint. Now as I'm sliding, that speed's already established and I can turn sideways as that's all happening, aim on my target. And in addition, I'm smaller. So I've now shrunk my hitbox in half. And let's go over it. So what I like to do, if this is the corner, very simple, just running out, slide, get your crosshairs up in the slide, and finish it. Wait for the target to come back. Boom. It's very quick in this game, very usable. There's no penalty on it. There's no extra sway. There's no delay. I mean, you can snap. So the slide chow is really good in this game. And what I like to do, this is a little bit more of an advanced version of that, is if you jump, I'll show you this. If you jump into a slide, you carry a lot more momentum. So there's two types of chows around the corner. You got a short chow and a long chow. Okay, a short chow just means close or close and a long, close and a far, close and a long. So close chow is just right around the corner here. A long chow would be swinging wide around the corner. Wide seems to work better in close quarters because they got a longer. They're usually looking right at that corner, so you swing way out and catch them off guard. Now, if you compare it with a teammate, and one you close swings, one you long swings, and then you can change depths, which I'll talk about in a second. But you got your we'll go close here again, or near, and we'll go far, long swing. So this is our corner. Very simple. And then to add a little distance, either to start the short quicker, or I'll do the long again here, now the jump, to really swing out, and you get the idea. You can pair that with a little bunny hop at the end, back in the direction you came. I butchered those first shots, it's okay. Alright, now we can start adding some movement. We're going to do some little slide chows here. Snake. And so slide chow that, long chow here. We're gonna act like this is our corner here, okay? So we'll do a short chow. Now we'll long chow it as soon as target's back up. Long chow. We'll go close low. We'll go long high. Again, we'll go close high. We'll go long low. I decided to go to the next rung there just to get more speed. Alright, so do a few more of those. We'll go short, low. We'll go long high. Little bunny hop at the end. So when I'm saying low, I'm doing a prone. I'm going slide to prone. And then when I'm saying high, I'm just getting a little bunny hop at the end. So you get the idea with that. And now we're going to talk about my final, which is going to pair a lot of these techniques that we've talked about together, which is the jump slide to prone, or just the slide to prone. Now the slide to prone is nasty in this game. It's even a step further than the slide chow, where you're shrinking your hitbox even more, and you're getting the added benefit of when you're prone, you have like no recoil, and it just catches people off guard. And real quick, going back to the slide chow, the best places you want to use that are obviously around a corner, and I think the nastiest place to use it is if I'm already around a corner and I hear a guy pushing in through a door or something like that. You can absolutely just time it and just break him off and just shoot him in the butt cheeks, and they don't even know what happened. So those are the two instances you want to use the slide chow. And then the slide to prone, which I'm going to show you, or the jump slide to prone to get more distance. Again, the jump gives you more distance on that slide and kind of carries your momentum. You want to use not if a guy's challenging you. You kind of want to use that more when you're on the offense or you're entering a situation. So I'll show you on this far target here, and you'll see how far you can get with this thing. So first I'll do it without the jump. You see how you can shoot right away. No delay. Again, without the jump. Nasty. Now we're gonna add the jump, and you'll see how much distance that you can carry here with this. I love that. I love it. So that's the jump, slide, prone, boom. Carried all that momentum. I started from basically. You see how quickly you can start it. I mean, I can start from about here and just sprint, jump, slide, prone. So there is movement in this game. I don't want anybody to say otherwise. I'll try it this way. So there it is, folks. Our last runner-up tip is something that I'm gonna call. I'm sure there's a name for it, but I call it like a jump peek or a slide peek. And you want to use this all the time. Usually, most of the stuff is for battle royale, but as opposed to multiplayer. But you want to use this when you're crossing distances. Most of the time in battle royale or even multiplayer, if you're running out in the open and you're trying to see what's going on. I'll explain a little further. So if let's say that this is the end of like a big building, right? And out here is just open, no man's land. Let's say we got more buildings out there in the distance, and then up on here we have, or let's say down here is like a hill, and over here we have a few more buildings that we were just fighting at. So we know there's people there, or possibly people there, right? There's a couple windows, there's possibly a guy on the roof. We fought, and now we need to get here. Either we got to rotate, we got to get to our teammates, etc. And maybe we've knocked a guy, or we don't see anybody now at this spot where we anticipate people. If I'm sprinting, and now my field of view is limited, I can't see what's going on over here. I could start getting shot at. They could be hitting on my girlfriend. Anything could be happening right now. So if I want to look, I have to kind of turn and then strafe left, and now I'm slower, and then turn back, and now I can start sprinting again, right? And that just takes a lot of time. It's slow, it's inefficient. And so what I like to do is a jump peek. So if I'm sprinting and I jump, I can turn very quickly and just change my field of view and just glance. It's like when you're in a car and you're checking your blind spot. You don't need to know what type of car it is. You don't even need to know what color it is. I don't need to know if the driver's hot. I just need to know if there's a car there in my peripheral, right? So that's the first thing, and then I can address further if I need to. So you want to use that, and it keeps your momentum going forward while you're able to peek and keep going. You can also use this on a slide, so you can slide peek just like that. But I think the slide slows you down a little more than the bunny. But what I'm doing is I'm constantly using that when I'm playing battle royale. So let's say I'm here, I'm gonna look up, I'm gonna check over there, I'm gonna check over there, I'm gonna check over there, and it just keeps your momentum flowing. So try that, jump peaks, slide peaks, when you want to kind of keep your progress and get a little intel to your side. Let's say I'm passing a building that I don't think there's people in. I don't think so. Otherwise, I'd be really challenging it. But you want to get an idea. You want to just run by it, and now I idea there could have been the fountain of youth in there, you know? So a quick way to do it, I could be slow and go boop, boop, or I could just go like this and then keep running. See that? And just keep running. I'll tell you if a guy's there. Yep, there he is. Can't see him. There he is. Look at this guy. Look at this target here. Okay, can't see him. There he is. Can't see him. Wouldn't know he's there. Oh, there he is. Now I can fight. Right? So there's our movement techniques. Don't let anybody tell you you can't use movement in Battlefield 6. Come watch your boy. We're going to put it on him. We're going to break at least 5 to 6 ACLs. At least 6, 7 ACLs a session, okay? So, you heard it here first. Appreciate it locking in with your boy if you made it this far. You have the patience of a saint, and you must be curious, and you must be a real gamer. So I appreciate you. Like and subscribe. Stay tuned for more content like this, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.